This is Sally. Yes, I know the story was about Oakley, but we need to start the story off of how we got to this point. She was our first horse, and we're relatively new horse owners, and we've only had her about a year and a half. This is vintage Sally behavior. No matter how hard Chicken Girl tried, how much they worked together, and how good they looked together in practice. Yes, she would do these events a lot of times at home, no problem. It was always the same result in competition. At this point, our confidence levels were low as horse owners, and we didn't really know a whole heck of a lot at the time. And add to that, family members getting diagnosed with cancer. We just didn't have the bandwidth. Chicken Girl ended her first Playday season with lots of frustration and lots of tears. But she always looked forward to competing and always had a positive attitude before going into these events. Meanwhile, her sister was getting ribbons every time that she rode, but she remained positive and supportive of her sister and cheered her on every time she ran. We couldn't be more proud of this team spirit, and we knew that changes had to be made. Fret not, my friends, Sally did not get sold, and in fact, Donkey Girl's learning how to ride on her. Currently, Chicken Girl is working on freeing up Sally and getting her running again. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss Sally's story, coming soon. Now, let's get back to Oakley. While we were sitting at MD Anderson, our horse teacher sent us Oakley's ad. After seeing his pictures and seeing the videos they had posted along with him, I instantly fell in love, and so did Chicken Girl. But little did we know we were about to hit our lowest low in our horse journey. As you notice, there are no photos and no videos of the girls meeting Oakley for the first time. And that's because this experience was so intense and we were so uncomfortable we didn't even think to pull out a camera. And I have no doubt that our girls picked up on this energy. And let's face it, that was the worst I think I've ever seen them ride. After watching our girls ride, Oakley's owners were very concerned that Oakley was way too much horse for them and that someone was going to get hurt. Upon leaving, his owner said that he would have to think on it because he wasn't sure if Oakley was a good fit for us. Needless to say, it was a very somber car ride home, filled with lots of emotion. But as I started to reflect upon what had happened and what was said, I started to obsessively watch our girls' riding videos and realized that there was a lot of deficiencies in their riding and that we needed to start over. 2 agonizing days later, Oakley's owners finally agreed to let us take him home. They were still concerned that he was way too much horse for our girls and recommended our girls get more training before we introduced him to an arena setting. Their concerns really opened our eyes, which led us to the most important decision probably in this journey. For the first time since hooves hit our soil, we were going to go it alone. Now that we got Oakley home, it was time to put our plan into action. And the first thing that we did was build a safe place for the girls to learn how to ride. And that's right, guys, this is no dramatization. These girls built this round pen all by themselves. I guess they wanted it bad. Part of the concern for our girls' safety was that Oakley didn't have very good brakes. And also, looking through past videos of Oakley riding in competition, he was always in a tie-down. So, obviously for safety reasons, we needed to establish respect. And maybe if we established respect between Oakley and Chicken Girl, we wouldn't need to run him with a tie-down. So this is where our training began. It was probably about a week's long of just groundwork and Chicken Girl learning Oakley, Oakley learning Chicken Girl, and you know what? It didn't take very long, and a bond was starting to form. After a couple of days of walking him on the lunge line, it was time to bring him up to a trot. As you can see here on his first day of trotting, he wasn't paying too good of attention, and this is the exact reason that we deliberately took things really slow. We finished off the week with lunge line trotting, and he was starting to listen really well. So naturally, the next step was to get Chicken Girl on his back. My main concerns about Chicken Girl's riding after watching the videos was she was in her horse's mouth too much, she didn't use enough leg, and her posture was generally poor. Couple that with what we were told about Oakley not liking his riders to be in his mouth, we definitely had some work to do. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of the beginning stages of Chicken Girl's riding with Oakley, and there's two reasons. First of all, I was a coach, and second of all, she wanted to do this without anybody watching her. But let me share with you how these first few days looked. We started off just doing circles around the round pen, training Chicken Girl to look, use leg, and then at the last resort, use rein. Some mornings were better than others, and boy did frustration levels run high. Old habits are really hard to break, but as she became more confident and her old habits started to disappear, we added barrels to the situation. And then, before we knew it, she was turning barrels with just looking and using her feet. As the week went on, the obstacles became more complex, and Chicken Girl proved to us that she could just about go around or over anything by just looking where she wanted to go and using a little bit of leg pressure. By now, 3 weeks had elapsed since we restarted Chicken Girl's training, and we finally felt confident in her skills that she was ready to move up to a trot. It seemed that Oakley was very consistent, and when you added something new to his training, he had a hard time paying attention at first, as you'll see again in this next clip. And this is the first time that Chicken Girl had ever trotted Oakley. This process took about another week just to get them smoothed out and Oakley going straight. Then we were ready to move on to loping. As y'all can tell, we were no longer in the round pen. We would have preferred to have started our loping there, but the footing was not great. There was stumps, rocks, debris in the way, and we were more concerned about Oakley and Chicken Girl's safety. So we found the smoothest pasture we had, and we began our lope training there.
Very nice.
Fast forward a couple of days, and Chicken Girl's confidence was up, and really so was Oakley's. Look how straight they're running now versus before.
Go ahead.
Things were really starting to look up for these two. Well, until... yeah, we thought that he was just being a spunky 6-year-old at the time. Nevertheless, we felt that Chicken Girl had progressed enough to take her and Oakley out to the arena for the first time. And once again, as you can see, he's having trouble paying attention because we just introduced something new. It appeared that Oakley had finally settled in, and it was really shaping up to be a beautiful night. Little did we know what was about to happen. Chicken Girl had finally felt confident enough to go ahead and try straightaway barrels just at a light trot.
Stop him. Emergency brake, emergency brake.
What y'all didn't see because I dropped the camera was on her way down, she grabbed a hold of his neck, pulled herself back up into the saddle, pulled him into an emergency stop. Then she made him walk the barrels again before tacking down. Needless to say, this shook us up a little bit, and Oakley got a little break. After showing the video to some of our friends, it was suggested that he had a poor saddle fit. So while we were doing research and looking for a new saddle, Chicken Girl regained her confidence by doing some groundwork and then some bareback riding. As you can see, Chicken Girl and Oakley were getting along again. They were two peas in a pod. In fact, I believe the incident made their relationship stronger. We finally got that better fitting saddle. Oakley also got some chiropractic care, because we figured a bad saddle fit might have thrown his back out. We also got brand new arena dirt for the round pen, that way the horses could have a better footing. Now that new saddle's here, Chicken Girl and Oakley got back to it. Things were looking pretty good, but after a week of running circles in the round pen, she just couldn't get him faster than this hippity-hop lope. So Chicken Girl asked her sister if they could switch horses for a week and just see if that would loosen them up. Her logic was, heck, if she could do what she did with Blue, I'm sure she could loosen Oakley up. Mentioning this part was very important for Chicken Girl because she didn't want Beluga Girl to go without credit in this story. After just a few hours of Beluga Girl at the reins, Oakley was running a lot better. And for a second there, I was almost convinced that they were going to switch horses. Look how comfortable Chicken Girl got on Blue. Then, late one night, Beluga Girl had a breakthrough, and she got Oakley running faster than we have ever seen him run. Beluga Girl had it done in 4 days, so they switched back horses. Chicken Girl really missed Oakley, and Beluga Girl really missed Blue. With much nervousness and much excitement, we made it back to the arena for the first time since the bucking incident. It seemed like Chicken Girl and Oakley were much more in tune. Getting through this milestone was a huge win for Chicken Girl's confidence. In fact, she wanted to try new things, so her and her sister joined the Country Church Buckaroos drill team. Over these last few months training Oakley and Chicken Girl, we went from negative feelings to the purchase of Oakley to very positive ones, as we really found our identity as horse owners. The sheer amount of confidence and knowledge gained through this entire experience was priceless, and we have Mr. Oaks to thank for that. Chicken Girl and Oakley have become best friends, and their respect for each other makes them a great team, especially whenever they're herding cattle. I don't claim our training to be perfect, or do I claim that Chicken Girl's 100% ready. Look how sloppy that first barrel was. But what I am saying, with a little bit of time and a little bit of confidence, you can move mountains. We really hope that y'all enjoy watching this episode and that y'all continue to join us on our horse adventures. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.